Yes guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 3 of our Rebuilding Sheffield Wednesday career mode here on EAFC25. First of all, just want to apologise if I do sound a little bit rough. I have come down with, I think, the summer flu, man flu, to be totally honest with you. I think, to be fair, there's been quite a few people at my work and around about that have got a bit of an illness. So I think there's just been going around, but hopefully nothing too bad. Hopefully we'll recover fairly soon with a little bit of rest, and obviously we want to push through and keep this series going on a regular basis. Obviously at the minute we're uploading sort of once every 2 days, so hopefully we want to carry on pushing through that and making sure that carries on. So again, apologies if I do sound a little bit rough, if the audio is a little bit dodgy, but at least we managed to get the episode out, so hopefully you're all grateful for that. But we start this episode, we go into the first game here away to Millwall. You'll remember from the last episode we did actually get our first win of the season at Wrexham in that 3-2 win to give us our first 3 points of the season. We got one so far this season. We've got 1 draw, 1 loss and a victory, plus obviously the loss in the Carabao Cup to Blackburn. But we're looking to build up momentum from that Wrexham win and get a good result here against Millwall. We started obviously the youngster Campbell on the left wing. You saw the start there before the game started. He managed to obviously get 2 goals against Wrexham. Signed him from the youth academy right at the start of the series. 16 years old, American left winger, looking really good. So we wanted to reward him for his 2 goals and start him here. But the main man of the show in this game, at least to start with anyway, was that central midfielder Ingleson. An absolute rocket there with his left foot across the goalkeeper, straight into the top corner to give us a 1-0 lead in this game to Millwall. And just before half time, Ingleson picks up the ball here again on the edge of the area, about 25 yards down, absolutely fires one into that same top hand corner across the goalkeeper with that left foot of his to give him his second of the game. 2 absolute belters from Ingleson. You'll remember he actually scored a wicked goal against Blackburn in that Carabao Cup loss, and he's obviously followed that up, so he's looking like a really good long range shooter, which we can definitely take in going forward, and hopefully he can grab himself some goals from the edge of the box going forward as well. But a really good game so far. 2-0 up to Millwall going into the second half, but Millwall did start piling on the pressure. George Honeyman there, he broke for our defence. Don't really know what happened, to be honest. He just managed to sort of put the ball through and run through and managed to get a shot away, but luckily it was saved. And then you can see here the youngster Campbell. This is why we got him. We saw his stats. He's pacey, he's good at dribbling, and that's why we got him in. The ball eventually found its way to the right back Valerie, who managed to fire a shot in at goal with that right foot of his, but unfortunately for us the keeper did save it, so the scores did stay at 2-0. And then a couple of substitutions. Ikugbo coming back into the team to play up front, and Thomas, another one of our youngsters from youth academy, coming in to play here as well. But it was Millwall who got the next chance of the game. Femi Aziz came through. Fortunately for us, we managed to keep it out. The goalkeeper managed to sort of haul him down, but the ball did fall to one of the Millwall players. But fortunately for us, they fired it wide. But just into the last 10 minutes, Millwall did manage to pull one back. Aaron Connolly picked up the ball in the edge of the box, shot with his left foot across the goalkeeper, and managed to pull one back for Millwall. So hopefully, obviously, we're too late in the game now for them to come back with anything, and hopefully that was going to finish 2-1. But unfortunately for us, Millwall did manage to get a last-minute goal, 93rd minute of 93 minutes. Ivanovic there on the edge of the box, really good strike actually. It just sort of powerful, took it away from a goalkeeper, and those Millwall fans at the Den are absolutely buzzing with that one. So unfortunately we were obviously 2-0 up at half time, threw the game away, and the game did finish 2-2. So a poor result really. It's not the end of the world. A draw, obviously, with the squad we've got. We've mentioned it a few times over the past couple of episodes about the small squad we've got. So we'll definitely take a point where we can, but obviously being 2-0 up is a bit disappointing to not come away with all 3 points there. But after the game we did get another youth scout report. As I said in the first episode of this series, we're not going to sign any players just yet, based on obviously the real world situation of Sheffield Wednesday, and our main focus is going to be on the current players we've got, and obviously bringing players through the youth academy and bringing them into the team and hopefully building them into sort of first team players. And you can see here we're just sort of eyeballing it really. Obviously it will take a few months to get proper scout reports on them to sort of finalise what their ratings are and everything, but anyone we saw that took our eye that we thought would look good, we did obviously put them into our youth academy. And then you can see the ones we brought in here. So but the central defence midfielder Kai Drake, an English left-footed player, central defence midfielder, but we did actually decide to move him to centre-back. He's 6'6", 63 physical, 57 defending, so still room for improvement obviously, but being 6'6", left-footed as well, we thought centre-back was perfect for him. And then we got Long here, another American left winger, so obviously we've got Campbell. There is another really good one in our youth academy already as well, so we decided actually to move Devin Long over to the right-hand side. He is left-footed, but obviously cutting inside onto that left foot, and hopefully he can score some goals from there. And then another American left winger, Anthony Sullivan. This time he is right-footed, but we did decide to keep him on the left. Again, the opposite sort of Devin Long on that front, so cutting inside onto his right foot. Good potential, obviously 94 potential on him. So American wingers seem to be all the rage at the minute, but we did want to obviously promote a couple of players to beef up the squad a little bit. So we decided on Devon Long to bring him in, and then we decided on Kai Drake as well. So although he is a defence midfielder at the minute, we are going to obviously convert him to a centre back of his height, so he should come in handy for us going forward. Obviously on that left hand side of the defence, a big tall strong youngster coming in, and hopefully he'll be able to get some game time over the course of the coming months this season. But we go into the second game of the season back at home to QPR weren't looking too good. I think they're about 21st going into this game, and we obviously took full advantage of that. 10 minutes in, Jamal Lowe comes down the right hand side, plays it into Ike Ugbo, who decided to put back in the first team squad for this game, and he rewards that straight away with a goal to give us a 1-0 lead inside 10 minutes. And we kept pressing on. Barry Bannon on his weaker right foot there, but we know what his shots like. We've spoken about it before. Just fires one just over the crossbar. So the scores obviously did stay at 1-0, but we showed real intent. And again, 20 minutes in, Lowe down the right hand side again, plays the ball into the youngster Campbell, and Campbell, who else, absolutely fires it past goalkeeper to give us a 2-0 lead 20 minutes into this game. And you can see the joy on his face. That's 3 goals in his last 3 games, and the youngster's having an absolute great time, and hopefully we can really see him grow. But not a lot happened for the rest of the first half. Coming into the last minute of added time in the first half, and QPR did manage to get down on our right hand side, and a really poor challenge there, to be fair, from Max Lowe. Just dived in, and unfortunately we did give away a penalty here, so it looked like it was going to go 2-1. Looking at the replays, it was right on the edge of the line, you can see it there, but the referee decided to give a penalty. So it was Madsen who stepped up, took the penalty, but fortunately for us, Charles dived to his right hand side and pushed it around the post and kept the scores at 2-0. So really good from Charles. As we've said before, if we can score goals, brilliant. If we can keep them out, even better. And obviously Charles has done that there to keep the 2-0 lead going into half time. But straight from half time, we did come out with intent. Campbell with another chance there to get his second goal of the game, but unfortunately for us, he did just put it wide. It wasn't the most powerful shot ever. It was a difficult one to sort of open his foot up and get that shot away, and the power and direction on his left foot, but unfortunate for us. But QPR did come back. They did manage to get their first goal of the game just a couple of minutes later. Chella there on the volley from that cross from right hand side. It wasn't the most powerful volley ever, but I think it just caught the goalkeeper off guard more than anything, and the scores did go 2-1. So holding on to that lead, obviously we threw away the 2-0 lead against Millwall, so we didn't want that to happen again. Ingleson, the man of the moment from the last match against Millwall, got a good shot there on his right foot, but unfortunately for us it got tipped around the post, and then from a resulting corner, Barry Bannon plays it in, falls to Jamal Lowe, but unfortunately can't get there before the defender, and the scores stayed at 2-1. And going into the last 10 minutes, squeaky bum time here, obviously after what happened to Millwall. QPR got a shot away from the edge of the box, but luckily the goalkeeper managed to save it. Charles in our net, and then sort of in the last couple of minutes, cross came in from Jamal Lowe, fell to Kabaki, he plays it back to Max Lowe whips it in, and then Jamal Lowe manages somehow to adjust his body, swivel his body, get the ball in his right foot and volley it in first time to give us a 3-1 lead. So we shouldn't throw away from here. Obviously 2 minutes left in this game, and the score stayed at 3-1, and we did come away with the 3 points there. But just looking at the table in the background here, we're only 5 games in, obviously a long way to go, but we're sitting comfortably in 9th. We've got 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss in there, so not the greatest obviously start, but definitely not the worst start ever. You can see teams down there with no wins. You've got about 6 teams down there with no wins at all, so we're definitely looking comfortable at this stage. Again, I know it's early in the season, I know we're only 5 games in of like a 46 game season, but we'll take it. We'll take the start we've got, obviously, with the squad we've got. And as I said in the first episode, over time, we'll get more young players in, we'll beef the squad out, and the squad should only get better from here, really. So if we can get a positive start of the squad we've got, it should only go up from there. But we knew it was going to be a tough game coming into the final game of the episode against Southampton. Obviously a recently relegated club from the Premier League. They've still got a lot of their big name star players in there, and that proved fruitful for them straight away, really. Ross Stewart getting the ball and firing it past goalkeeper to give Southampton a 1-0 lead. But we got a really good opportunity here. Jamal Lowe was played in really good ball, to be fair, behind the defender. Jamal Lowe ran onto it, but unfortunately his finish did just dribble wide of the post, so the scores did stay at 1-0. But to be fair, for the quality Southampton have, it was actually us that have really put an impression. It was Jamal Lowe again, getting down that right hand side, getting the shot away, unfortunate. And then Campbell followed up, should really have scored that, to be fair, but the Southampton goalkeeper managed to keep it out to keep the score at 1-0. So we were showing good intent. We went into half time 1-0 down, but it was Southampton who came out in the second half with a bit more pressure on us. Their manager must have really laid into them at half time, told them they need to do more, and they got a good shot, but again, fortunately for us, we managed to save it. So we kept piling on pressure. Campbell down the left hand side side again, plays to Ingleson. Barry Bannon on that left foot of his, we know what he can do with that, but again, a good save from the Southampton goalkeeper, and unfortunately Barry Bannon, he keeps firing away at those shots on the edge of the box, but unfortunately he hasn't quite got Ingleson's talent there, and he can't manage to get his first goal of the season. But we got a good chance there from a corner. Unfortunately, Aaron Ramsdale in the Southampton net did manage to keep it out, and we got the second resulting corner from that. Barry Bannon plays it short this time into Ingleson. Barry Bannon gets the ball back, plays it in, and it's Jamal Lowe, but unfortunately his header does just float wide of a post, and you can see me there a little bit disappointed with that one, but it wasn't an easy chance. And then we give a chance to the youngster that we've recently promoted from the youth team, Devin Long. He comes in to have his debut to just see what he's about, but again, it was Southampton who started pushing on in the last couple of minutes. Obviously, we were pushing forward to try and get a goal. Southampton were breaking on us to try and sort of bridge our gaps and get a second goal from themselves to put the game to bed. Onuachu couldn't quite chip it over goalkeeper to keep the scores at 1-0, but Onuachu got another chance here, and again, keeper should do better there, if we're being honest, Charles. It wasn't the most powerful shot, it was from a fair distance out, and Onuachu scores there to give Southampton the 2-0 lead, and that is how the game finished. So in this episode, obviously, a couple of good performances, a couple of good results, but we'll see where we are sort of in the next couple of games, obviously, as the season goes on, but not too bad to start the season with. But that's going to bring the episode to an end. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you could like and subscribe, much appreciated. Any comments down below with suggestions, again, much appreciated. Take care of yourselves, thank you, and see you in a couple of days.